Hi, I'm Wade Wingler with the Indata Project at Easter Seals Crossroads in Indiana. Today we're going to talk about handwriting. You know, whether we're sitting in class taking notes or writing a letter to a loved one, we all want to be able to take notes and write things, on pen and paper. So while I might grab a notepad here and just start jotting down my grocery list or things to do on the way home, folks who have mobility impairments or other kinds of disabilities with their hands may have difficulty with that. But there are a ton of things out there on the market that can help with those kind of issues, handwriting and mobility issues. So some of the things that are out there are very simple kind of things. So for example, you might take a piece of insulation for pipe, slit it down the side, put your ink pen in there, and have a bigger, easier to hang on to ink pen. That's just one of the simple do-it-yourself ways to make handwriting easier. There are also all kinds of things that are on the market. Now, when I was a kid in school, we had these little ink pen builder-upper things here. This is called a Grabon. And the nice thing about this is you can slide it over an ink pen and have something that's not quite as big as a piece of insulation to do that. They make them in different sizes and shapes. These are triangles and different colors and those kind of things. But they all do the same thing. They slide over a pen and they make it bigger and easier to hang on to so that when you start to write, it's easier to do that. Now, there are some other more products designed specifically for folks with disabilities. This is an example of one that you can take an ink pen, put it on a table or your piece of paper, and just lay your hand over this wire arch. And then it's easier for somebody who might not have the ability to grab an ink pen and hold on to it to still move the ink pen around and write, notes, letters, those kind of things. Another device is an ink pen that has a stand built in. And this little guy is a standard ballpoint ink pen, but you set it down and you just move this stand and it moves the ink pen along with it. So that's another device that can be held onto like that, or you could slide it between your fingers. There's a lot of creative ways that you can use to write with that sort of a thing. There are other products that are designed to slide onto the hand. This is one that slides over and is a form-fitting kind of device. It kind of grabs a hold of your hand and then holds onto an ink pen so that you can write with this. A lot of folks who have certain kinds of spinal cord injuries do well because they have the ability to move their hands and arms but not to grip. Here's another example of a device that does that. This one's designed to slip on just your finger, and then your ink pen slides into this little place right here. And then this is a device that does the same kind of thing, but it actually has a full arm grip on it so that you can actually strap this to your arm. And folks who have the ability to move their hand can slide an ink pen in here and be able to write and move things around without having to have the ability to grab a hold of an ink pen to take their notes. So whether you're writing a love note to a friend or your grocery list or taking notes in class, there are a lot of different ways to make handwriting easier. So that's your tech tip for this week. I'm Wade Wingler with the Indata Project in Indiana.